You should have left it. We have both. Hi guys, and welcome to tonight's show. I'm Zeleny.
I'm Wendy.
Excuse us, we're talking about tonight's shot. The show's not intended for children under the age of 18 unless you allow them to watch it. By all means, you're the parents, you can let them do whatever they want. We have all the rights to the music that you heard because obviously it's ours. We are sponsored by Zell's Total Body Sculpting. Anything else? I don't think so.
I don't think so either. All right.
We're taking a shot today of amaretto sour.
We BS'd it, so wish us luck.
Yep.
Cheers.
Oh, it wasn't bad.
In our head, we made up all these scenarios. So
We didn't know if it was too sour. We didn't know how it was gonna be. So we were just gonna have to swallow that.
as you see, we always eyeball our shit. We don't measure
I
shit.
could have sworn you were gonna say we always swallow. I was gonna say, Wendy, poor choice of words.
Well, it sounds like your mind is somewhere else.
We're drinking tonight Malibu Bay Breeze. Let
Again,
us know.
It was all eyeballed. Was that right?
Yeah, you did say it right. You did say it right. Let us know what the ingredients are. That way, just in case our viewers want to know.
Malibu coconut rum, pineapple juice, and cranberry juice.
Yeah, and just kind of, hey yo, that conversation totally went left. You can just kind of mix it however you want. It's like 3 equal parts. Well, Wendy did not do equal parts of alcohol. It's really good. All right, so our topics, it's been like forever since we've seen them. The last time we went live was at the water park. That was like 2 weeks ago?
Last week.
Last week?
That was last week.
Oh my God, it seems like time's escaping me. It's, when you're having fun, we did have a good time. If you weren't there, you missed it. You missed it. Go back and look at our live. We had a blast.
But we always have a blast, regardless of where we're at.
We did. So tonight's first topic is, are you from the Lehigh Valley? Well, we are. I don't even know why I'm asking that if you are. I don't care if you are or if you aren't. Wait, it doesn't matter. That's not how I meant it. Stop, you're so rude. So rude.
I'm not the one who said it, though.
That's not how I meant it. We are from the Lehigh Valley. If you're not from the Lehigh Valley, it doesn't matter. But what's going on here was, and this was last week, and because we weren't here, we weren't able to talk about it. So it doesn't, stop, you're so mean. That's not how I meant it. We want to talk about William Allen High School and the principal. She came very direct, and she wants to make changes there. And a lot of people are not liking the changes that she's making there. Let's talk about it.
All right.
All right.
So, apparently, what was it, the second weekend of school, or maybe it was the first, I'm not sure, the principal addressed the whole school, basically, letting them know that rules are going to be enforced, and I guess some additional rules are being added that weren't there. Some of the students there, a lot of the students, better said, feel that the principal came out very aggressive, disrespectful, and hostile to the point that one of the students has started a petition to have the principal removed. And a lot of, I think it's at over 2,000 signatures now, but parents and students are signing it. So just to gauge, like, where you guys stand on this, what are your thoughts? Bring the paddle back.
Well, if you're from the area, you know William Allen High School is not the greatest school.
It has such a bad rep.
It doesn't have a bad reputation. It's a bad school in general. You have a lot of the center city children who do not have a lot of discipline in their life going to this school. And the only reason I'm saying this is because I'm entitled to say that. I can say that. I went to William Allen High School.
Did I.
I was one of the children that wasn't the greatest that went there. And it wasn't that I had an attitude there with the teachers or anything. I was more of the problematic child that if you said something to me, it was on and popping. Like, I did not care about the environment I was in. I was fighting. I was doing whatever I needed to do there. I wasn't really disrespectful toward the authority figures there because I had Mr. Falco. He was the bomb. He was the best. I had him in middle school, and then I had him in high school as well. But let's talk about the children that go there, number one. And let's talk about the petition that they signed. I know you got to read some of it. So let's talk about this petition that went in. Let's talk, Wendy, because you read it. I didn't get to read it because I was trying to look for it.
I'm just going to say, that student that wrote that petition is a motherfucking liar.
A liar. What you told me lied. So they went into the assembly.
According to the student, they were calm and paying attention, and they didn't start getting riled up until the principal came out acting like that.
Okay, when you were in high school, did you go into assembly nice, calm, and listening?
That assembly hall was
it was party
concert.
time. It was party.
It
was a party time. You saw your friend from a different homeroom. You would scream. You would start a conversation. You knew it was party time when you went into an assembly. The teacher would be like, quiet down. And that's when you would ignore the teacher. And you kept talking with your friends. You know you all went to high school and you knew what the assembly was about.
Wait, how many of our viewers attended William Allen? That's a question. And what are your take on your personal experience from Allen? Like, because maybe we just had a different experience from everyone else.
That they went calm? Come on. Come on. You know, back then, we were cool. We were cool. Back then. You know the kids now? They're little assholes. I'm sorry. It is what it is. They're crybabies, number one. They think that we owe them respect. Respect is not given. It's earned. That's number one. Plain and simple. I don't go into a room and I don't give you respect right off the bat. You earn that. And that petition, right in the beginning, that they went calm. If you would have said we were riled up, I would have had more respect for you. Because you're now speaking the truth. If Alan and Rob, yeah. If you said we were riled up, she told us to be quiet, and then we did calm down, I could be like, all right, but then she spoke to us aggressive. Maybe that's believable. But if you said we went in calm and we went in quietly and she just all of a sudden spoke to us aggressively, I'm going to believe that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and I was the greatest kid when I was little. I did, and we were crazy, but we knew when to chill. Exactly.
I agree.
Now, let's talk about the parents condoning this. You know your kids. So you're going to sit here and say and believe right off the bat that your kid is automatically right?
Unfortunately, some parents are just blind. They refuse to believe.
I understand that your kid, you're going to defend your kid straight from the beginning. Because when I know my son. Everybody knows my little kid. Everybody knows my little kid.
But who doesn't love them?
But we're not talking about love here. We're talking about a principal who's trying to come in to this Center City school that is rated the worst here in the Lehigh Valley, who is trying to change the perspective of this school. And because she's trying to discipline your child, and not discipline them in the wrong way, gear them into the right direction, you're going to come at her. Okay, so 3,177 have signed. So how about this? How about when you think back to when your child was being homeschooled during COVID? You didn't want your child at home. You wanted to send him back to William Allen. So why don't you take your child back? When she suspended this kid, instead of suspending him, she should have been like, you know what? Why don't you go back home and now you can go homeschool for those 2 weeks instead of me having to deal with your child here in this class.
Look, this is how I knew it was a lie. This sentence right here.
Okay, let's read it. The students were calm and collected until Clark walked up on stage and used her hostile words to rudely lecture the juniors about enforcing uniform rules, phone rules. There you go.
I was like, calm and collected.
Calm and collected. All right, wait. We got to go to the viewers.
Yeah.
The viewers?
You said that right.
I did.
Yeah, we off our game today.
Yeah.
Shit.
Falco spoke to us the same. He did. You know what it is? These kids, I swear to goodness, have vaginas. Do you remember?
Bro, hold up.
All of them. All of them.
No,
Girls
I don't like the fact that you're associating vagina with like being all bitch.
A crybaby. A crybaby.
Nah,
Okay.
don't do that.
Okay,
Nah.
I'm sorry. All right, I'll take it back because I know you don't. But you know what? Do you remember on my personal Facebook page how ow, my pussy hurts. Did you remember when I posted that? These kids are entitled. They think that we owe them something. Anyway, if I find it from my personal page, I'm going to share it on our page. And you're going to tell me if the children nowadays don't feel that way. But give me. Falco spoke to us the exact same way. He sure did. Were you in William Allen when we had Mr. Falco?
Yeah.
Okay. 0 games. It was 0 games. Parents are soft and they're making the kids spoiled. And they're making them soft. Absolutely. Let's not forget, when I was in 10th grade, folks was calling in threats all the time. We spent more time outside than in class. That was some sort of state record. It was. We are listed as the 7th from last in PA. New generation, very soft. They are. And, I mean, I was reading on Facebook, comments about parents were like, the one thing, I don't know what happened there because I wasn't there. But the one thing I must say is that she needed to speak to the children with respect. So what you're telling me is that she needed to speak to the children that were speaking to her disrespectfully with respect.
Well, no, they also said like some of the students were throwing stuff on stage. I mean, I wasn't there, so don't ask me, but... So
that's what you're saying as a parent? That's what you condone? You and your kid deserve to be smacked.
The school district about to call you like, hey, how would you like a job at William Allen?
No, because do you know how many petitions they're going to make for me? I'm going to be like, you know what? Save your petition, line up. Honestly. Honestly, for you to sit there and say a principal who's trying to make changes all because of your phone, the phone. Let me tell you.
The bathroom too, because I guess she said something about locking the bathrooms.
Well, no shit. You're in there. You're smoking portable hookahs, e-cigarettes,
Weed pens.
Weed pens in the bathrooms. When we had to go to school, you had a hall pass and a key with a big ass piece of wood to be able to open it.
I don't remember that at all.
You sure did. Moser. Well, I went to Moser.
I was like, I don't remember that shit at all.
You had to go, and they only allowed 2 people at a time to go from each class. Now, mind you, there were a lot of classes, so there was more kids in there. But it's different than what it is now. So, and then phone. When you go to Lincoln Leadership, maybe I shouldn't have said the name. Either way, you have to sign a paper. Mind you, some kids sneak it, whatever. But
they do book bag checks.
But they do book bag checks. They absolutely do, because my older son got caught. They almost took his phone for the whole school year. You have to sign a paper. When you get into the class, they take your phone, they put it in this Ziploc bag, and they keep it for the whole day. When you go to leave, they give it back to you. Now, God forbid if she did that, what are you going to do? What's the next petition you're going to sign? As a parent, you're going to get upset over that?
They're going to complain that, oh, what about emergencies?
Yeah, it's called, you call the school. My parents had to call the school when there was an emergency to get in contact with me. What is the difference from from the time difference from back then to now? You think your child's entitled. You think you're entitled as a parent to do whatever you want. They're there for an education. Your child needs to get in contact with you. Go to the office. They'll call you. I don't know. Am I wrong?
No, I fully agree. I don't think the principal did anything wrong.
And if she suspended your child the second week into school for a week because they yelled and they threw something at her, good. They deserved it.
I think that was the other complaint, that she had suspended, I think, like 15 students in like 3 days. And I'm like, well,
good. She was showing that she's not playing. She's there to make a change. It reminds me of a movie.
Yeah, there is a movie like that.
Is it there?
Yeah, there is. I can't think of the name right now, but
I believe it takes a village to raise children. And unfortunately, some parents get offended when they correct their child, not understanding it hurts the process. It definitely hurts the process.
This is the movie.
Oh yeah, Lean on Me.
I was like, I know.
I should have known that right away. I should have started singing it. I would have known it right away. It does hurt the process. So, as a matter of fact, instead of suspending the child, I would have been like, you know what? You could go back to homeschooling. Let's let your parent deal with you. I bet you the parent wouldn't have liked that. Because let me tell you what, during COVID, when I had to homeschool my kids, it was the worst thing in the world. I suspended myself.
Shut up.
During COVID. I think I had a drinking problem because I didn't want to deal with my kid. I never signed up to be a teacher. That's why I had much respect for the teacher. Anyway. Trust and believe I meant.
You gotta go back.
Oh, my bad. Listen, they need structure. Just and believe everyone. Trust and believe everyone. Can you read that? Because I'm tongue-tied right now.
Okay. Listen, they need structure. Trust and believe everyone that's a higher up is always vouching for her, and that she's running shit. I'm assuming that's what it says.
Yeah. Lean on Me. The principal, yeah.
And the principal's name is Principal Clark, too.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Wait.
snap. Oh, he said trust and believe I meant. The way she's running stuff. We're getting it. But yeah, it's the truth of the matter. I don't know.
I couldn't be a teacher. That's all I know.
I couldn't be a teacher because I would have smacked. Yo, you would throw something at me. I would take what you threw at me and I would beat the shit out of you with it. Like, Well, you don't even need a suspension.
I think Missouri's like trying to bring back the paddle for school.
Yeah. I see. That's where I kind of draw the line.
Me too.
You're not gonna hit my kid. You can discipline them. You can speak to them firmly if you're trying to get a point across or whatever. But you're not gonna touch my kid. You let me beat his ass in front of you if I see that it's necessary and deemed. but you're not gonna touch my kid.
I definitely agree with you on that.
I'll hit my kid if it's necessary. But I do feel like if you're a parent and you feel like just because she's trying to create structure, she's trying to change the system, that she owes your kid something. Now, don't get me wrong.
The parents that signed the petition, their students are probably that bad. The one entitled and writing them stupid ass petitions.
Don't get me wrong. She's not going to speak to them however she wants. But if she's coming in, she's trying to do something, and she's not off. You know, if she's not off.
Well, if you think about it, if you're addressing, I don't know how many students, is it like 300 students in the grade?
Yeah.
Like, you're addressing the whole 11th grade. You're not going to be nice when you have a good portion of it being riled up. You're going to speak to all of them the same way because you just want to get your point across. You're not going to be like, well, hold on, I'm going to speak to this side of the room in a different tone because you guys aren't acting up.
Yeah. Don't be the problem. Ooh. Yeah, don't be the problem. Be the solution. I'm pretty sure she's going to address the parents when it's time.
I hope she does. It should be like a boxing ring. I may take the money to go see it.
I would too.
I'm like, my kids don't come here, but I hear we need to raise funds, so here's my money.
Anyway, education is one of the most disrespected jobs.
Oh, it definitely is.
It is.
I volunteered, and I saw them teachers go through. I was like, oh, I'm glad I'm a volunteer. And nobody fired my ass. I walk out.
All right. Let's go to the next topic. This was a good topic. I wish we could stay on it more. But, yeah. All right. The next topic is...
Can you, steal a good woman from a careless man?
What's your poll? We did take a poll on that.
We did, but I remember what was the
I do remember.
Oh,
the results were 100%.
Yes or no?
100% yes. A lot of people agreed that. Then there was comments as well. 100% of people said that you can absolutely take away. And that's so bad to say, but you can absolutely take away a woman if she has a careless man who's not doing what he's supposed to do. And
I hate the way that whole topic is worded. I'm like, women are not possession. We are people, and we decide if we want to leave and fucking join you, not stolen. The hell. Anyway.
Okay, so word it. How would you word it, Wendy?
Can a woman leave a careless man to another man? Yes, we can.
Well, here's the thing. What if the woman doesn't really...
has low self-esteem and stays with the careless man? Is that what you was going to say?
No, not at all.
Okay.
What if she's not even, Looking. But the man sees that this man is very not worthy of her. Mm-hmm. And now he's like, oh, I'm swooping in and I'm making her see her worth.
Whether she's even if you stole the woman, she wasn't looking when you stole her. Your actions spoke volume.
Why do you have to be so damn literal all the time? Damn advocate here. Okay, I work in higher ed, so I kick them out and let them deal with the bill. What do you mean let them deal with the bill?
College money.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I definitely agree with you on that when it comes to college.
Maybe that's what schools need to start doing, just handing bills. Your kid was disrespectful, here's $20. Like, you owe me $20 for dealing with their ass.
But here's the thing, can you honestly force them to pay high school? You'll never get that money.
Well, do you not remember what high school did? They held your diploma until you paid it back.
True that.
Just run off. Keep on
Lincoln does that. If you don't pay, they don't give you your diploma.
Yeah, I think all schools do. If you don't pay the money, you don't get your diploma. All right, back to our original. Not original, but our new topic. So what are your thoughts about a woman being swooped away from a careless man?
I think yes.
Of course. No one's gonna, well, I can't say no one because there are still people that stay in abusive relationships, but for the most part, if someone shows someone else, like, hey, you could have this shiny ring over here or whatever, like, brand new, this is how you get treated, it's gonna make you feel good, they're gonna want to go to whatever makes them feel good and happy about themselves, not where they're feeling like.
Oh wait, hold up. High school kids get fined also. I know because I worked for the district.
But isn't that more like for truancies and like fights and stuff like that, not for being disrespectful? I thought.
Oh, can you let us know? Do they get fined if they're disrespectful? Because I will hand the fine left and right. I'll be like, oh, you breathe, $20. That was a disrespectful.
Stop. She's like, oh, you stuck some teeth?
I'll be like, oh, your mom came in here really nasty. Yo, $55. She should just be handing out fines left and right because.
Oh my God.
What if the careless man? Okay, what if the careless man doesn't even realize he's being careless with his wife? What if he's just like, oh, I already got it. Like, I don't have to take care of it. I don't have to value it. But now comes a friend and sees that he doesn't even value or he doesn't even take care of what he has. Do you think that friend should let him know, like, bro, you have a really good girl?
I guess it depends on their friendship, because some friends will tell the other and some friends will be like, he's lost my game. Like, let's be honest. Tell us we have seen guys do some shady ass shit to each other and they call each other family.
That's true.
Best friend talk about, that's my boy, I never do him wrong. Be like, yo, but he's a piece of shit. It's cool. It's alright. He's not serious, but you and I though.
Like, if you're a guy or a girl could do that as well. A girl can have a friend who doesn't really value her man, and she could treat him like shit, and he's a really good, like, partner. Would you tell, guy or girl, would you tell your friend, like, look, you're about to lose your man, but not tell him to me?
Just tell her half a truth. Like, you're fucked up. He's a really great guy. Someone's gonna swoop him, steal him, and then it just ends up being you.
And then how do you deal with that?
Well, don't expect the friendship to still be there afterwards. I'm pretty sure that's what's exempt into that. Can you imagine? Like, I hope we can still be friends. I know I stole your man, but we good, right? We still besties? Like brunch Sunday?
There are people who, like, yo, I'm sorry this happened. Hopefully we can still be friends. Could you be friends with somebody who did that to you? I'll see you when we're not all hanging around.
Like, you mind if your ex joins us? I mean, that's my boo now. You mind if you third wheel it with us?
Let's be mature about things.
Alright. Number one, we not friends after that whole bullshit.
But that's being really immature, Wendy.
If you was interested, you should have said something. Not when, like, you treat him like shit. Like, you know what? I have feelings for your man. And if you don't act right, I'm gonna take him. Give me a heads up.
But remember, you're being careless. I'm not being careless. You're being the careless one with a really good person.
I am being careless, but well, I guess it depends on levels of friends too, but we're supposedly friends. What happened to our friendship? Did that not matter?
What if I tried to tell you several times? Like, listen, you're being really careless with him. You're being really careless with him. He's a good man. And now, you just are like, whatever, it is what it is. And now, I go in, because I'm a good person, and I'm going to take care of this good person. So I'm going to tell you, stop being immature. I'll see you around because we're supposed to be friends. I did give you a warning several times. I just won't see you when I'm with him.
The house getting fucking burnt down. Both of y'all dying. Just kidding.
I wouldn't know what to do.
Now, we dead in that friendship. That's it. I don't give a shit. Call me immature. We dead in that friendship because you lost my respect. Yeah, that was mine and his relationship, not yours, mine, and his. You could have given me advice, but the fact is you came in and swooped to steal, not to be like, oh, you fucked up. You treat him wrong. That's our conversation, but you're not in this relationship. You observe him from the outside. So you expect me to be like, hey, that's cool that you got it. In our relationship, we're still friends. No, that was a big line you crossed. our friendship's dead.
Okay. Then you're not a good friend. I'm not a good, even though I tried telling her several times for like months.
Then you should have cut the friendship with me before you pursued him.
Okay, good.
Because I brought you around our relationship.
I feel like if the woman or man wants to leave their significant other, they need to take time for themselves to heal.
I do agree with that. Did we read this one?
No.
No.
A woman chooses to leave her man for the better man, but during the time she leaves her man, you have to deal with her still missing her man or still having feelings for him.
This is why I always think, like, once you end the relationship, you not jump right into another one, because you need that time to yourself to figure yourself out, get to know yourself, because depending on how long you've been in that relationship, your identity now is compromised of him. It was like so-and-so's girlfriend or whatever the hell. Like, now it's not there. That's still, especially if you've been together for so long, you have to figure out who you are by yourself without him. Because we all compromise and adapt to whoever we're with.
But that's that situation. But remember, the topic is he's a careless man. She's a careless woman. And here's a good guy coming in to take over.
Relationships come and go. Friends are forever. Yeah, no, I don't think I want a friend that's swooping in to steal my boyfriends. What if I start treating the one I have good and we're good for each other and she decides, like, I want that shit and swoops in? Not because I was being careless, just because she's like, oh, well, I took the first one because she was careless. Well, this one's better. Maybe I should take him. Nah, I'm good. You can keep your motherfucking friendship. But,
different scenarios.
yeah, you're right. There is different scenarios for every case. But if you're in a relationship with a careless person, you're going to feel some type of way. So
with the next one. You won't trust her
and
or
not
him
even just
again.
the next one, because those little of it, like you said, he's being careless. What is it? Careless isn't attention, money. Like, what part of careless?
I don't really know, because that was, I don't know, that wasn't really explained in the topic that was submitted by the viewer. It just says, can a good woman be taken by, a good woman be taken
Taken away from a careless man.
So, I mean, all those scenarios, you can figure out every scenario there is, and ultimately, the answer is going to be yes.
I agree. I mean, the only thing about, like, if it's attention-wise, how quick we've seen where other people are like, oh, he's not paying me any attention, or her, whatever. And then it's like, oh, when the next person gives you even the slightest of attention, it makes you feel good.
Yeah.
So it's easy to be like, all right, well, you won't pay attention to me, but they are, so let me look that way.
So, the only bit of advice I could give you is, if you have a good woman or a good man, pay attention to each other. Take care of each other. That way, when you have a good man or a good woman come along, they can't take them.
And, I mean, yeah, paying attention to each other's
in all way.
Yeah.
In all way. I'm not talking about financially. I'm not talking about... I'm talking about financially,
mentally,
emotionally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just think, like, you yourself need to be a good person before you can sit there and be a good person for someone else. Because if you can't take care of yourself, how are you going to take care of someone else?
Yeah, that's true. Yes, she can, but you're going to deal with everything that comes along with it. Feelings for her ex, man, missing her ex, maybe comparing you to her ex.
It says, I agree, but if he didn't treat her well, then he didn't really love and appreciate her. So he deserves to lose her. Well, here's the thing. No one's saying a lot of people forget. People become complacent in relationships, too. That's another issue. Like, if you've been together for a long time.
Complacent's no good either.
It's not. But we do fall into that because we fall into routine. We're just used to it. We've gotten accustomed to their, whatever, energy being there. We just expect it. So we don't think like, oh, I need to still put an effort. Because we're like, we've been together, let's say, for example, 10 years. shit day in day out is the same, why am I thinking I need to go above and beyond because whatever I've been doing has been working?
Yeah. I feel like if you've been together for a long, long time, you have to remember the first couple of years that you got with her or him, you have to go back to what you did to get him or her and continue to do that, because it could be 10 years, it could be 20 years.
You still have to continue dating.
You have to continue dating that person. If not, you're going to lose them.
But like I said, complacency is hell of a drug. And then there's other people are like, oh, like in regards to his missing people, whatever, they say it takes half the time of the relationship to fully get over someone.
Yeah.
So if you've been with someone for 10 years.
Oh, I ain't taking no 5 years to get over you. Give me maybe like 3 months.
So, but if the friend keeps warning him about how he treats her, he should take heed.
Yeah.
No, that I agree with.
Oh, yeah.
But it's different from giving someone, telling them like, hey, act right, and then different ones be plotting.
Let me just say, though, with that right there, too, if your friend keeps giving you a warning, you have to take that as a warning sign. Like, damn, my friend keeps telling me this. That should, like, give you a light bulb. Like, damn, my friend is realizing how I'm treating my girl. My girl. If the next time my friend's gonna be like, bro, hello. Like, if my friend is like, damn, your man this, I'm gonna be like, bitch, why is you always watching my man? Like, that's like a light bulb that goes off. Oh, look, someone says 48 hours and I'm over them. You is lying. Ain't no 48 hours if you with that person for 10 years. Give it 3 months, 90 days.
Unless he was already starting to detach at the end of the relationship.
True that.
I mean, women do it all the time. We emotionally let go before we decide to cut it.
That is true. Yeah, but we're suffering. We're suffering. So if we're with them for 10 years, we're probably suffering at year 8 already. Those last 2 years, we're trying to hold on. So it's technically not really like letting go, but we've already been suffering for the 2 years. And then we're detached already. That damn fly is getting on my last nerve. All right. Next topic, which has been a debate for quite a while now, which is the student forgiveness loan. Some people are, you let go before it officially ends.
I agree.
Yeah. And then the man is like, whatever, it doesn't matter. And then like 2 weeks after, or 3 weeks after, or maybe even a month after the breakup officially happens, that's when he starts to feel it. That's how it just...
You always want what you can't have or don't have.
Yeah. That's when he typically feels it. All right. No other comment?
Mm-mm.
All right. Let's go to the student forgiveness loan, which has been a debate for quite some time now. Some people are all happy for it while others are complaining about it. Why?
I mean, I believe the education system's right, so I don't see a problem with them forgiving loans. They're the one who fucking rigged it in the first place.
The what?
I said the government's the one who rigged the education system in the first place.
Is it white collar? This might sound dumb for a minute.
Like
Let me
what?
just... The white collar people? What does white collar people mean? Y'all can educate me for a minute.
I was like, what? I thought you said white collar, and I was thinking of that show. Did you ever see that?
No.
That show was cute as hell. Too bad he's gay. See? That's the show I'm talking about.
No. A lot of people are upset about it because they paid it off. And they paid off their student loans already. I might be wrong. Yeah, the education system is super trash. Yeah. You prefer special damage? No, maybe not. No, that's not it. I said it wrong. Anyway, people who paid it off, I knew I shouldn't have used a big ass word, and that isn't even. Maybe.
Nope.
No, I think I did say it right. Anyway, I think I did say it right, but we're not even going to use that anyways.
Every educational system is shit. I agree. I believe knowledge should not be costing an arm and a leg.
Well, where is it that if you live in a place for like 4 years, you don't have to pay if you go to school within that? Is it here?
Oh, you mean like free education? I can't remember.
Anyway, A lot of people are upset because they paid for their education already. And those people who are now applying for the forgiveness loan and are getting it, they don't have to pay their loan back. But why are you so upset over it? Because you paid yours back? Okay, good for you. You probably applied for a lot of grants. Your family has money and paid for it. Why did they pay for it and they have money? I'll tell you why. Because they got a lot of tax breaks because of businesses that they own or that they're associated with. Those breaks, they didn't have to pay for it. They got it written off. So, yeah, you got to pay back your loans because you got a break from it.
I don't know. I think it's ridiculous that people are leaving a 4-year college with like over $100,000 in debt.
It is. But the fact of the matter is, but here's my thing. Would you be the thing here is we shouldn't have to pay college back. But would you be upset that you paid your college off, but you didn't pay it? Your family paid it off of a business, a write-off, and someone else who's getting this forgiveness grant, they don't have to pay theirs back.
I don't see why being upset about it. We both got gypped. I'm glad that you got some help, but at the end of the system, what we need to be overhauling is the whole fucking system, not being mad at each other. Because you qualified.
It's not that they didn't have to pay for it. You didn't have to pay for it either because your family got a grant off of a business write-off because they're wealthy.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's rigged from the beginning because how long did it take for minorities to even be accepted to college while white people were in there for a long time?
New York has a free tuition program, yeah. You have to be living, I think it's like 4 or 6 years within that state. Where I was born and raised, colleges are free. The biz model is higher ed. The biz model is higher ed. The business?
Yeah, the business model in higher education is really bad and lopsided. It definitely is. Because if it was really about education and not the money, you would have forced students to take those general studies that did not apply to whatever the fuck they want to go to school for. Mm-hmm. If you're going to school to be, I can't even think, whatever, a scientist, you shouldn't have to take like 20 billion English classes.
Yeah. Government guarantee for education, the same as paying it, is why education is so expensive. Also, all the politicians have their buddies working in education, so they want them to make crazy money. It still doesn't justify why education is still so expensive. So
it's some loans that require people to take out so that they can attend school because these colleges every year are upping their price of admission.
And see, it doesn't even mean that the loan is expensive. It's not even that the loan's expensive because the interest rate to the loan is not expensive. It's like 1.6%.
But it's compound interest. And that's where you get screwed too.
Exactly. And my thing is, write it off. When they were, and you know, I don't really get into political things too much. When they were interviewing Biden, that they said, oh, do you think it's fair for those that paid theirs off? That he turned around, he whipped around and he said, do you think it's fair for those who don't make as much money to have to pay all this money back for their education? And then the reporter turned around and said back, oh, well, what was it? I should have put up the clip on our page. I just didn't have the time. I was too busy at a concert. Partying.
There's nothing wrong with that.
He said they shouldn't have to pay back because the business people, they really didn't pay it back. They wrote it off. So basically, even though they paid it, they wrote whatever they paid back for their taxes. So they didn't have to pay the taxes. Mm-hmm. So you're getting it free either way. So they get it free. You shouldn't have to pay back. You should have to wipe it off. What is the problem? Why are you fighting? Because you are all getting it free.
No, not everyone. I think it's only certain amount.
Yeah.
And that's the problem too. And then you also have the people that already paid off their education loans that are complaining like that's not fair.
Right. You paid it off. You paid it off. Good for you. Even if you didn't get to, if you weren't wealthy and you paid it off. Like, I'm already almost done paying off my nursing home. I paid it off. I'm still gonna try to go for it anyway myself. Just the last couple thousands, I think it's like 2,000 or 2,800 or something like that. I'm still gonna try to go for it. If I get it and you don't, put a rose on your nose. I hope I do, and if you don't, oh wow. It's like, be happy for the next person who get it. Why don't you sign a damn petition and ask for more money so that everybody can get it written off, because everybody deserves an education for free.
Or maybe we should just start regulating freaking colleges and shit, because this is ridiculous.
It was all unchecked, same as mortgage bubble of 2008 bursting. Like,
at this rate, I should open a freaking university. Like, honestly, there's money in that.
Yeah. I signed a petition to remove you as teen.
You can't remove this. That's like Figueroa being removed from Lincoln.
Could you imagine? Didn't we discuss this? That would be great.
That'd be hilarious.
To remove the CEO and founder of her own school. But the bottom line is, who regulates? Oh yeah, that was stupid.
That's fine.
Shut up.
It ain't us, that's for sure.
Like, where does the funding? Who votes on how much funding can?
I mean, we vote the people in that are going to vote for that.
I don't know. It's a layered issue, but folks who mad don't understand the economy. Loans go away, then folks have more money to
spend. Mm-hmm. Well, it's not just that. I mean, people are just miserable. It's like, well, if I didn't get it, you shouldn't either, too. Like, we're greedy, and a lot of us feel entitled.
I'm trying to word this, and I'm not quite sure if it's... You know how when the COVID relief came, you know how a lot of people were applying for that? Did that take from other funds?
Like, what do you mean? Like,
so,
for, like, the businesses?
Yes. Guys, you have to bear with me because I learn as I go. So.
You're talking about, like, the PPP loans?
Yes.
They haven't paid those back.
Right, but they haven't paid it all back yet. But what I mean, so let's just say, do they take, like, from all these other things to give to that funding?
They decide to make money work out their ass at this point. Because they be like, you know, even though we don't got the money because we're trillions in fucking debt to God knows who.
So it didn't take from, like, other funding. Because you know how people who didn't even have a business were making businesses up?
Yeah.
Could that have taken from, like, school funding?
I'm pretty sure some people feel it that way.
Because I'm like, damn, that's messed up. It could have, like, littler amount should have went there and more given to people who actually were affected.
Like I told you, we're greedy people. Yeah. Like, humans are greedy.
Where do we go? Okay. When they spend more, it helps the economy more.
That's why they sent out the stimulus.
Okay. I don't care if you're rich or poor. You should be allowed to get a college education for free.
I second that.
I agree. I've helped more students get scholarships more than I've ever had. I ain't salty one bit.
That's great, like, honestly, because there's so many people that want to go to school, but they don't think they can afford it.
Yeah. There was a bunch of folks who jacked PPP loans that didn't need them, that are crying about education loans. Folks create a nonprofit and apply for forgiveness.
The shit people will do for money. I've seen people claim kids that don't exist or kids that don't belong to them on taxes.
Yeah.
Lie for Medicare or food stamps, or, like, I've seen people turn on their own family for money, so.
Yeah. See, that's what I was just thinking. Like, when you pull for something that doesn't exist or isn't as important, you're pulling from different things that could benefit the society more, like free education.
You know how much we put in military? The government spends on military? Like, we spend a good portion of our budget.
Well, yeah, that's the majority.
Yeah.
Nothing is free in this world. Someone has to pay. Nice. Or is that how you say it? You say it?
I think so.
Okay. Ain't teaching for free and shouldn't be expected to.
No one's expecting
Nobody's
anyone
expecting
to teach
him
anyone
to
for free, but we just want it to be a realistic admission.
Right, right.
Like, we shouldn't be every year
Like, it shouldn't be $43,000 a year for a child to go to school.
And that's not including books or dorms or food
Right.
or anything.
Right.
Because by the time they graduate college, they could have bought a motherfucking house.
Right.
Or had a really good, decent, like,
right.
half of it paid off.
No, it's the ridiculous amount that you have to pay. And what we're saying is all these different fundings that...
And it sucks because most of the money, the admission isn't going to the teachers.
No.
So, I'm pretty sure some of them might be getting paid decent, but it's not like they're getting paid the greatest for as much as the colleges are fucking charging for tuition.
I owed a lot of money. I applied for forgiveness, and I'll talk about me, and I'm not ashamed to say it. Oh, you have to help me. I mean, I graduated how long ago? Okay, I'll tell you. I'm not ashamed to say it. Okay, so Kazan is 18. He just turned 18. I graduated. Okay, so I was pregnant when he was just born when I graduated. So 18 years ago. I'm still paying that back. You know how many deferrals I had to take? I had to put it on hold. I had just because I was struggling as a single mom. I couldn't pay. Yeah. So I'm gonna hit you up because I need that.
Actually, I think it might have been nice to send it to me, but there's a clip or video where basically they're talking about how colleges were free up until it got integrated. Like, blacks were accepted into colleges, and that's when they started. I don't know if it was him. Maybe it was Naiche. I don't know. Somebody sent me a clip. You need to stop.
Yeah. Agreed. Government continues education. Meaning they'll pay. I don't even know why I can't read today.
Colleges know they'll get paid, so like Nice said, the price gets ballooned.
Yeah.
Bingo, Tim. Colleges got complacent because they in bet with government and lenders, so they become complacent. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you like the clip?
No. No, he didn't send me the clip. He sent you the clip.
But yeah.
Yeah. But I feel like if they didn't send the money or they didn't put it where it didn't belong and it actually went to where it benefits society, where it benefits the world with education, like PPP loans. You know, okay, everybody's like, yo, eventually they'll get caught. You know how long that's gonna take? Yeah, they're gonna eventually get caught. It's gonna take years.
Yeah, it's not gonna be like right away.
I got you.
She said it's on and popping when she sees you.
Yeah. Anyway, but that's one of the things I feel like. And my thing is, like, now that I just think about it, how does New York, where it has so many kids, I mean so many people, how can they do free education but everybody else can't?
I don't know. I can't. I'm not gonna lie. I can't fully understand New York. I don't understand.
How do they do it?
I don't understand other states run. People are crazy.
But it must be amazing. I should have sent my kid to live there 4 years ago.
I'm not just waiting for Colorado to make their education free.
You get that free education.
With all that weed money they got coming in?
That's what it is. Yeah. Anyway, that's it for tonight's show. Don't forget to submit your topics every Tuesday. We put them out there. You put them in. Don't be afraid to put whatever topic you want to talk about. Obviously, we talk about anything and everything. NYC taxpayers pay for the whole damn state. Their system is insane. But you know,
I told you. Can't nobody understand New York. New York's
but obviously it works. I mean, yeah, they pay like $1,800 for a 1-bedroom apartment, but it's packed there. There's like no apartments available. Literally.
Yeah, you're not lying.
Like literally, like, and people still continue to move there. I mean, the pay matches the cost of living. I don't know. They say 4 years and they base it on average cost of living and all the other expenses they pay it. It comes back. It really does. I don't know. I should have sent my son there 4 years ago when he was in 9th grade.
To stay with who?
They have the foreign exchange program.
Your child is at foreign exchange.
We could have made it happen. I would have been like, nada más habla español, papi. Tú no sabes nada de inglés. No speak no English. And we could have. Actually, people have been leaving NYC this year. That's a shame.
I mean,
I'm trying to send my kid there.
it's a nice place to visit, but not to live. It's crazy.
Well, guys, thank you for tonight's show. We love the participation. Inbox us, comment, share. Let us know. We might have a little special surprise next week. Oh, yeah, I gotta tell you.
Oh, I was like, I hope it's chocolate.
Yeah, they're coming to Allentown.
Yeah, you're not lying. And the way they buy these houses with straight cash is fucking annoying.
Yeah, it doesn't need much for all of us over here.
I know. We're being forced to move to like Texas now. Oh, fuck.
All right, have a good night, guys.
Bye.
Yo, what was up with my speaking and reading? I was like, make your mother gay.